Hey guys, it's Lisa Julian, your New Orleans real estate agent, helping you navigate real estate. Today we are going to talk about time. Time is so very important in real estate. We do not operate on business days, we operate on calendar days. That means that if something is due in 72 hours and it's a weekend, you still have to respond on a Sunday. There's a reason a lot of us work all weekends, because we have to make ourselves available in case something like that comes up. The first thing I want to talk to you about is the time that you have in your purchase agreement. On page 7, there's a line, all in capital letters, that says time is of the essence. That means that you only have a limited amount of time to respond to an offer. Louisiana allows something called irrevocable offers. That means that the offer is irrevocable for a certain period of time. That doesn't mean that a buyer can't change their mind about the sale, but contractually, it means that from the time that they write that offer until the time that it expires, they generally shouldn't be writing other offers because that offer is valid and actionable. Whatever that deadline is, and it's usually 24 hours, the seller should respond within that time period. It means that sellers oftentimes don't have the luxury of waiting 72 hours or 4 days before they have to respond to somebody's offer. It's usually 24 hours. And the reason that we do that is really to make it fair for all parties. If somebody decides that they don't want to accept an offer, they should just decline it rather than asking the buyer to wait for them to receive something else. Likewise, if a seller sends a buyer a counter offer, the buyer usually only has 24 hours to respond to that counter offer for the same reasons that a seller has to respond in 24 hours or should respond in 24 hours to an offer that they receive. On an inspection response, the general time frame is 72 hours. Sometimes somebody might need more time if they need to get an estimate on something. If they do need more time, they can negotiate that time in the same way that they can negotiate the time that you have on an offer. The important thing is just to be transparent about what somebody's needs actually are in a real estate transaction, and to be respectful of everyone's time and stick to those deadlines, because missing a deadline can have consequences. In the case of ignoring a deadline on an offer, once that contract expires, the other party doesn't have any obligation to move forward, which means you can lose a sale as a buyer, or as a seller, or as a buyer, you could lose the house that you wanted to buy. Sometimes when one party ignores the deadlines, it will scare the other party, especially if they aren't transparent about why they've ignored the deadlines. It sometimes makes somebody think that this might not be someone they want to work with. Another really big problem that you could have with ignoring deadlines, especially when it comes to an inspection response or an active sale, or really almost anything in real estate, is you can find yourself in a bit of hot water. You can find yourself agreeing to do something that you did not want to agree to because you didn't say otherwise within a certain time period. Just remember, real estate is the largest transaction that some people will make in their entire lives. That means that somebody's buying or selling a very expensive item, and it comes with liability and risk. So it's important to mind your manners or pay attention to the small things that you can do just to kind of alleviate any problems you may have down the line. Once again, guys, it was a pleasure seeing you. You can comment below, you can shoot me a text, call, email, whatever you want to do. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.